Pep, firstly, no Erling Haaland in the team or the squad. When was the final decision made there? I think you said he was going to test the knee yesterday.
Yesterday after training.
Yeah.
He proved, but he didn't feel good.
So possibly back on Wednesday, or is it looking more serious than you thought?
Hope so, but we'll see. Hopefully he come back when he feels good.
How big a blow is that? I mean, obviously the goals come with Erling, but not just that. Maybe the long ball, the out ball that he can hold up or in behind Liverpool. Do you lose a lot without Erling?
You can be manager. Obviously we miss it, but during these 9 years we played many seasons with really important players and we survived. And this season we had a lot of injuries that we could not survive. But in specific games we have to do it.
Just looking at the changes to your team, I guess the changes at the back are just you pick whoever's fit, basically. But further forward with Doku and De Bruyne coming into the team, what it feels like it sort of maybe changes you slightly as a team. What's the thinking?
Well, I try to score goals. Maybe more offensive players, less midfield players. Maybe it will be a more, I don't know, it's good, because always we try to control the game through the ball, but, at least to try to make a threat, for the players that 1-against-1 and the good runners. And hopefully we can find our pace, the right moments to attack them and create a problem, because we know Liverpool. Hopefully we can find our pace, the right moments to attack them and create a problem, because we know Liverpool is going to create you. So I didn't see one game this season. I would say in previous season for Jurgen Klopp, for the quality they play, the players they have, that always they create chances.
Well, Arne, I know your focus is on today and the huge challenge you have ahead of you, but surely impossible not to notice Arsenal's result yesterday and the huge opportunity it now gives you to extend your lead at the top of the Premier League.
It's clear that it is impossible not to notice, because you do receive text messages and things like this. I wasn't watching the game myself, but of course you get to hear it. But yeah, my main focus, we play City away, was yesterday, and yesterday already, and especially today as well, on City.
Can you use it at all? Like, do you mention it to your players, or is it strictly ignored? It's strictly the business of today?
No, I don't have to mention it. I assume it's the same for them as for me. They will either have watched it or received some text message, so they know. But again, same for me as for the players. They also understand the difficult task that's in front of us, to go to the Etihad against the team that wants to show themselves, of course, as well. So our main focus yesterday, actually immediately after the midweek game, was on City and not on Arsenal results.
We'll come to him and his team in a moment, but the headline, as I say, first time since April the 25th in the Premier League, no Erling Haaland for Manchester City. We talked at the top of the show how different that was, and you two saw them without Haaland in the Champions League in the Bernabeu. What about now in the Premier League, facing Liverpool without him?
It's different, obviously, and the disguise of him doing the interview wasn't fooling me in regards to him being fit, but I still think they're a threat. Doku coming back in, his unpredictability against any player, I don't care if it's Van Dijk, Trent, his ability to go past people 1v1 is very unique. So they offer a different threat, but it's still an uphill battle, because Liverpool are playing with so much confidence and have the strongest team they could possibly pick from.
What has Marmoush got to do?
You think they'll be playing wide. They've got Foden, so he needs to stay up there. He needs to occupy, isolate players at times and be more effective. He was great last week here at the Etihad when they scored against Newcastle. A bit of a rude awakening against Real Madrid, and he needs to pick it up today, because he's got big shoes to fill, isn't he? Erling is a massive miss. Just the size, the presence, and of course his goals as well. So they need a result today, so they need the goals to come from somewhere.
Right, these three know all about this fixture. So too does our good friend Sean Wright-Phillips, who's pitchside at the Etihad for us. I mean, what's it like there now with the supporters finding out there's no Erling Haaland? Is that a bit of a dampener pre-kick-off?
Yeah, I can imagine so. That it's not been that loud, but you can see the crowd is starting to fill in now, that everybody's out for the warm-up and preparing for the game. And I've heard the guys speak there. For City, it's definitely going to be an uphill battle. But what Marmoush does bring for the team is he doesn't keep still. I think you can see Haaland, he likes to be that focal target man, whereas with Marmoush, he's going to come short, he's going to go in behind, he's going to turn, he's going to dribble at you, and he's going to try and make things happen in many ways. He's going to try and force a chance to make something happen for City. So I'm excited to see those front three up there today.
What about Kevin De Bruyne, Sean? I must ask you about him. Didn't get on at all in that huge game in the Bernabeu. Wasn't used by Pep Guardiola, and he's spoken about the tactical decision. Back in today, a man of his standard and experience, he'll be raring to go today, won't he?
Yeah, he most probably can't wait. He most probably wants to prove a point as well. I think he's going to get out there and do what we know he can do. He's going to try and thread those little cute passes. And like I said, with Marmoush, you've got, I wouldn't say a similarity to Haaland, but he does really like to run in behind, and Kevin will try and find him. And with the wingers you've got out there, that they will cause a little bit of problems. I heard Jolien say about Doku's unpredictability. He couldn't be more correct in that, because sometimes when you watch him, I don't think Doku knows what he's doing, but he knows he wants to try and create and find it. Sometimes when you watch him, I don't think Doku knows what he's doing, but he knows he wants to try and create and find a space to cause a problem for that defender. So he will be up for it today as well.
We shall see. Enjoy the game, my friend. We'll talk to you afterwards. Pep Guardiola in the interview there talking about, I'm going to try and score goals. When you look at the team formation, apart from Nico Gonzalez, you would say this is extremely attacking, to put it mildly. I mean, De Bruyne could well be the deepest of those other five, Michael.
Yeah,
I'd say this is extremely attacking, to put it mildly. I mean, De Bruyne could well be the deepest of those other five, Michael.
Yeah, there's a lot of attacking players. It might be on occasions that Van Dijk and Konate don't even have anybody to mark. They might be, you know, outnumbering Liverpool in certain areas of the centre forward. But yeah, lots of players that can score, that can create. Looks like a good energy about the front four there. And then they've got the protect. I agree. I think De Bruyne might play in a slightly deeper role. And of course, it'll hurt. It's hurting a lot of people that Haaland is not playing today, but it's hurting probably Kevin De Bruyne more than anybody, because when he lifts his head up, you know, you've got one get-out ball a lot of the time if you've not got a cute little Haaland. So he's going to have his options slashed, let's say, with Haaland not there.
Sorry, just a word on the back four. It's got a different look about it to City's normal,
very
settled.
different, youthful. I think between Rico and Guardiola, I think they're 22, our oldest.
Very normal,
very
settled.
different, youthful. I think between Rico and Guardiola, I think they're 22, our oldest. But yeah, slightly inexperienced as well. But again, it's what Pep has to offer. I know there's players on the bench, but he doesn't feel there.
And of course, we all know the quality of Liverpool going forward. Diaz back in today, he'll be feeling fresh and lively. And as you say, when he looks at who he's playing, he'll have a better opportunity to the court.
Who do you think he'll play, Mike? Do you think he'll play as a number 9?
I would say so, yeah.
And Curtis Jones further up on the left, you'd think?
Yeah.
Because they haven't really got 3 forwards, have they, today? No. They're all on the bench.
It was the same at Villa at the weekend.
So it looks as if it might be Curtis having to... I mean, Curtis has played there for the under-21s and attacking with.
No. So no Haaland for City. But, of course, Salah for Liverpool. And this is a big game always around the world, but particularly in Egypt today, because for the first time, they've got their 2 superstar players head-to-head in the Premier League for the first time on the same pitch.
Fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, I bet you there's a lot of... well, I bet the whole nation is eagerly anticipating this game, even if they don't support Manchester City or Liverpool, to see 2 of their own... well, I bet the whole nation is eagerly anticipating this game, even if they don't support Manchester City or Liverpool, to see 2 of their own playing in such a high-profile match. It's a fantastic thing. So, and to have 2 players of that calibre as well is amazing. Of course, one is probably one of the best players in the world, and another one has just had a
City, but of course Salah for Liverpool, and this is a big game always around the world, but particularly in Egypt today, because for the first time they've got their 2 superstar players head-to-head in the Premier League for the first time on the same pitch.
Fantastic, isn't it? Yeah, I bet you there's a lot of... well, I bet the whole nation is eagerly anticipating this game, even if they don't support Manchester City or Liverpool, to see 2 of their own... well, I bet the whole nation is eagerly anticipating this game, even if they don't support Manchester City or Liverpool, to see two of their own playing in such a high-profile match. It's a fantastic thing. So, and to have two players of that calibre as well is amazing. Of course, one is probably one of the best players in the world, and another one has just had an amazing move. You know, that's now got the stage to go and become a great player on a great world, and another one has just had an amazing move. You know, that's now got the stage to go and become a great player on a great stage. So yeah, fantastic for Egypt and their people.
And Salah, he's a big game player. We know that. His record against United, his record in this game, he's got 8 goals against Manchester City, and he's clear again as the top scorer in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, he's setting more records, isn't he? And I spoke to him a couple of days ago, and he's very hungry and he was really looking forward to this game. He spoke about, you know, City being rivals in the past, and they've got the opportunity to get further away from them. More importantly, but after the result yesterday, really spoke about, you know, City being rivals in the past, and they've got the opportunity to get further away from them. More importantly, but after the result yesterday, really stamped their authority on this league. And if they go on to win the league, there'll be personal ambitions for Mo Salah, won't they? Because the Liverpool are very dominant at the moment, so he'll be spoken about in Ballon d'Or tendencies and things like that, because there's not many people across Europe who are really lighting Europe up at the moment. In Ballon d'Or tendencies and things like that, because there's not many people across Europe who are really lighting Europe up at the moment. Lewandowski's doing well, the lads at Madrid, Mbappe's certainly starting to fire. But Mo is certainly alongside them, isn't he? His form's been excellent.
Yeah, that's a fair comment, isn't it, at the moment for Mo Salah?
Yeah, definitely. But I think the Ballon d'Or normally coincides with Champions League, so they have to do well in that competition. But if you look at his individual honours there this season, it's remarkable to think that he's close to getting 20 assists as long as he's 24 goals is unique. And as I said, he's someone that's so...
Against that, what you say, decidedly shaky looking back four. You expect goals in this game. Pep's already told us he's looking for them at his selection.
I do. I mean, going into the game, I thought, you know, this is probably the best time to play Manchester City. You look at that team and that back four and you think, it's even better than I thought coming into the game. You know, there's been some amazing games over the years between these two teams. I mean, it really is a clash of the titans, isn't it? But this one just feels as if there is a standout favourite in it. You know, Liverpool are as in form as you know, as ever, really. They're absolutely purring. And City are beatable. They've been on a really poor run, coming back to some form of you know, in terms of points in the Premier League recently, but they're still of old. They're still scarred. They've still got probably their main player out. Liverpool will never have a better opportunity than winning. And I think they will. Well,
they've won just once in 15 away visits to Manchester City, but as Michael says, confidence is high. They can do so today. Just over 10 minutes to kick off at